¿Ah? No, un ratito. Un ratito. Wait. If you transmit, they will come. Set up chats. Hello, welcome. Let's see all messages. Welcome to this transmission of the CO visit. A little bit off the cuff here. Welcome. Thank you for joining and being here. So I'm going to wait a little bit, see if a few more people sign on. In the meantime, say hi. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Welcome. Hello. Welcome everybody to the CO visit. Appreciate you being here, and I think I'll put this in the background. There we go. Right there. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We do appreciate it. And as soon as we get a few more people in here, I'll let you know how the situation is right now, what's going on. So I appreciate you guys joining me here, and don't be shy. So I hope you like my background. So there it is. Just to say thank you. So please say hi. Let me know who's here. Welcome to the CO visit. Appreciate you guys being here. Well, definitely I've had better days. Sometimes you have days where it's like, hello, hi, Boot Scoots. Hello, welcome. Thanks for being here. Hey, King. Yeah, I am. Yeah, at least I wasn't out in field service. Yes. On that, we do agree. So sometimes you have those days like McCoy said in Star Trek, I bet you wish you'd stood in bed, and just one of those days. So first of all, as I said here in the name of the transmission, the Carless CO, so I'm without a car at this moment because my car broke down this morning, left me abandoned on my way to work. So that was kind of a mess. So I wasn't able to make it to work, and I had to wait around for a tow to come and tow my car to a shop. I have it sitting there, and I probably won't be able to get it out until the end of the month because I wasn't expecting that to happen. And money is what makes the world go around. And so I finally got back home, and I got a call from my dad. And this morning, right about the time all of that was happening, a young cousin of mine, young man who was about 26 years old. He was out fishing this morning. His grandfather and himself on the Mississippi River. And I don't have the details. I don't know exactly how this happened or what led up to it, but their boat turned over. I guess there must have been in a kind of rough area. Their boat turned over. Uh, he was washed away. I guess evidently didn't have a life jacket, and they were able to get out of the water. And well, they found my cousin later on, farther downstream, and he was airlifted to a hospital, but he died in transit. He didn't make it. So quite tragic. Refuses hearing aids. Yeah. Well, yeah, what can you do at that age? It's hard to convince people. So yeah, so unfortunately my young cousin, 26 years old, left 4 kids behind. Young kids, all little. And he passed on. And this is the son of another cousin of mine who died a few years back. He had a lot of mental health problems. He was schizophrenic, and he died at 46 years old. So I lost 2 of my cousins in the last few years, both of them very young, relatively. And so yeah, so that's what was going on today. So first I found myself without a car, lost a day of work, and then a little while later got the yeah we do, King. That's for sure. That's for sure. And it just shows us how with anything, like situations where things can happen from one moment to the next. Life is very fragile. Life is very fragile, and it can be taken away just like that, very quickly. A person's here one moment, the next moment they're gone, and that's it. And so it just seems like on my dad's part of the family, this is on my dad's side of the family, things are just that way. Almost everybody on my dad's side of the family are dead. They're all dead. All my aunts and uncles. The only 2 that are left from that family, the original family, are my dad and one of my aunts. That's it. And then my aunt's son died, who was my first cousin. That was a couple of years ago. As I said, that he had schizophrenia and he was just in bad shape. And he died at 46 years old. And now his son just passed away today in a boating accident on the Mississippi, the mighty Mississippi. Definitely not a body of water to be messing around with. It's very dangerous. Mississippi is very deep. We've got a very strong undercurrent. The water is very cold, very black. And of course, right now it's October, so it's getting to be cooler weather out there. And so I don't know, like I said, I don't have enough details yet to know how it is that they pulled him out alive, and then I said he got airlifted to a hospital, but in the transit he died. So I don't know if maybe when he went in the water, maybe he hit his head on something, or there's all kinds of things underneath the water. There's rocks and stumps and branches and all kinds of stuff. Depending on where you're at, there can be concrete, there can be lots of stuff there, and so yeah, it was a rough day. Been a rough day today. Like I said, just one of those days where it just, from the time you get up, it starts off bad. So just remember, here in the live stream, I did this live stream today with the hopes of just putting it out there to my subscribers. This is a very tight community. And thank you, Margie. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. We've got the here in the live streams. There's the super thanks that you can donate if you have that possibility, and it's always, of course, completely up to you guys. And my car is going to be in the shop. I had to get it towed this morning because it conked out on me halfway to work. I don't know what's wrong with it. Hey, Danny, how are you doing? Well, first of all, my car broke down on me this morning going to work, so I had to send that to the shop. Hey, DMS, how are you doing? So, more or less. Been a rough day. So my car broke down on me. I had to get it towed, so that's in the shop. Probably going to be there till the end of the month because I don't got money. To what kind of a car? It's a Ford Escape, 2002. So it's it's kind of old. It's kind of old. Yeah, 21 years old. So so that got taken to the shop and it's going to sit there till the end of the month when I can probably get paid again and figure out what's wrong with it. I think it's the problem I was having with it was what's it called, the idle sensor. It's the one that controls the RPMs and keeps the car running. Been having problem with that, and so they're gonna have to take that off. It might just need to be cleaned, or they might need to change it. So who knows? And then about an hour later, my dad called me, and one of my cousins, young guy, 26 years old, had a boating accident this morning. He was fishing on the Mississippi, and he was with his grandpa, and the boat somehow, they must have hit a rough spot. It flipped over, capsized, and I guess they pulled him out of the river alive. They airlifted him to a hospital, but on the way there, he died. Young guy, 26 years old. He left 4 children behind, and he's the son of my first cousin, who died about 3 or 4 years ago he had schizophrenia, and he was just in really bad shape. And so yeah, that part of my family, thank you, my friend. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate it. That part of my family has really been hit hard. My dad's family has really, really, really been just decimated. And as far as like, our aunts and uncles, my dad and one of my aunts, they're the only 2 left. All my other aunts and uncles on that side of the family, they're all dead. They're all gone. And it's just basically the kids now. And so this is a really, really hard loss for them. And, it's really tough. Really, really tough. So yeah, just one of those days. It just sucks, all around. I'm just like just feel like I'm my state of mind right now and everything is just like empty, just on the floor today, and when these things happen, it's just, when you get to a certain age, where you start losing people. I lost a really good friend last year, right on Christmas Eve. But he was still a Jehovah's Witness, so I hadn't talked to him in quite a few years. But he was a really nice guy, and he was part of the reason why I came down here to Honduras. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. That was tough. And now this happening with my cousin. His name was Tyler. And it's gonna be a rough go. It's gonna be a rough go for his kids, his wife. All his kids are little, like 2-3 years old, in that age group. They had them pretty close together. And it just, every time I get this news like this, it just drains me, And like I said, you get to an age where you start losing people, but you don't expect to lose like younger people. I keep waiting to one of these days get a call maybe about my aunt, or it could be my mom or dad. They're all in their 70s now, and it just you don't know. But a 26-year-old kid, you don't expect that. But one of the things that really hurts and is also infuriating, the fact that they weren't wearing uh, life jackets. It was avoidable, you know, and it just, all the years that I worked in construction projects, and I managed the safety part of construction projects, and you tell people and you train them, and you know over and over and over and over again about safety equipment. And if it's you're on the water, wear a life jacket. Even if you can swim, wear a life jacket. If you're in a car, seat belts. you know and if he would have done that, he'd probably be alive right now. you know Yeah, it could be any one of those things, King. Like I said, I believe I had it narrowed down. I just didn't think it was going to cause an issue this soon, because the car was running more or less okay. I think it's like I said, the idle control sensor or valve. So either the sensor's bad, or the valve might be clogged up or something. But it just started up and it dies right away, and it wouldn't. I couldn't keep it running. And yeah, so I got left on the side of this road this morning, and I had to sit there for almost 2 hours waiting for a tow to come, because they were busy at the time. And so I had to sit and wait for them and get my car towed to a shop. So, hey Annie, how are you doing? Yeah, so that happened this morning. So if you guys are on here, just forgive me. I might be repeating this stuff over and over again, because people are coming on, they're connecting. So not everyone's heard what happened and stuff. But yeah, that happened to me in the morning with my car going out on me. And so that's going to probably be in the shop till the end of the month, because I don't got money to get it out of there. And then I got the news that one of my cousins, a young guy in Minnesota, 26 years old, drowned. They're fishing, he and his grandfather, I should use proper grammar, were fishing on the Mississippi, and I think they hit a rough patch and their boat capsized, and he went in the water. So I guess he was still alive. They were able to revive him in the life flight helicopter, but then he died on the way to the hospital. So young guy, and he was the son of one of my first cousins who had schizophrenia, and he died about 4 years ago. He was 46 years old. So yeah, so crummy day, definitely. So as I mentioned to everybody there, we got the if you want to donate to the cause to help me with my vehicle and all that. You have the super thanks and all that stuff, or you can go on any one of my posted videos and you can donate on those as well. But that's completely, optional. So we'll have an interesting live stream coming up on this Sunday, with Isaac Miller from the Tune Up Your Mind channel. And so we've been in communication, and some people were asking for a collaboration between the two of us. So we're going to do kind of a live stream interview, just conversation more than anything else. so that you guys can get to know him better and find out about his journey, his waking up, and which is pretty interesting for many different reasons. So we're going to talk about that on Sunday, and I hope you can all join us over there. And so that'll be this Sunday at 3:30 Mountain Time. That'll be 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern. So we got you all covered. So I hope all of you out there are doing well as well. And, so yeah, it's just, I'm just low energy right now. So I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, it's a tough situation. There's no manual on this life really about how to handle death, regardless of belief systems or what you believe in. It's still hard. It's still hard to lose people, and it's hard to lose people in a tragic manner, a sudden manner that you don't expect. It would really be. I couldn't tell you at the moment. I'm probably, in the ballpark, probably a couple $100. I'm just ballparking it. If it's, hey Pam, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, if I had to ballpark it, it's probably going to be in the $200-300 range. If it is indeed the sensor that I'm thinking that it is. I could really tell because the problem I had before was the RPM gauge was going up and down, like the car was revving up and then would go back down. It would rev up, go back down. That's generally a idle sensor, or the idle valve could be dirty, or could be the sensor that needs replacing. So, probably going to be in that area, and with the labor, everything that they charge. So here it's not, comparatively, it's not too bad. If I were in the States, it'd probably be a lot more expensive, but they're pretty reasonable here. But yeah, so I'm planning on tomorrow. I already talked to a workmate of mine that lives here close to me, so he's going to give me a ride to work tomorrow. And so, hey Gwen, how are you doing? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, but I've never handled death too well, and I've had to deal with a lot of it. And like I said, it's something that it's especially hard to deal with when there's a situation. Hey Jackie, how are you doing? Welcome, and thanks for being here. Especially when there were precautions that could have been taken to avoid it. And it was a boating accident, John. Yeah, it was a young cousin of mine and his grandpa. They were on the Mississippi fishing. I guess they were trawling, and I don't know if they must have hit a rough spot or something, some rapids or something. The boat capsized. And his grandpa was able to get out of the water. They found him later on, my cousin. He was 26 years old. I guess they revived him, and then they were transporting him in a life flight helicopter, and he didn't make it, drowned. Or maybe he hit his, I don't have the details of what he died from exactly, because like I said, they were able to revive him. So I don't know if it's because he drowned, or it was just too much, or if he hit his head when he went under, but wasn't wearing a life jacket. And that's the part that just irks me, because it could have been avoided. And yeah, that and that was later on. I found out about that this morning, and in the morning, my car my car broke down. So I wasn't able to go to work. I had to get my car towed, and so my car is in the shop, and it's going to be there till the end of the month probably because I don't have money to get it out right now. Um, mid month is kind of tough for us expense wise, and wasn't expecting on that to happen. And so that happened. I was dealing with that stress in the morning, and then so once I got my car towed, about an hour later, I got a call from my dad, and he gave me the news about my cousin. And this young guy, his name's Tyler. He's the son of my first cousin who had schizophrenia, and he died when he was 46. That happened about 3 or 4 years ago. So that side of the family, my dad's side of the family, has been hit pretty hard the last few years. Lots of younger people have been passing away, and he left behind 4 kids, his wife, all little kids, like in the range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in that area. And I just, emotion wise, energy wise, just feel drained. It's like, what do you do? What can you do? You can't do anything. It happened. It's, so now the people, my aunt and others they're left with the task of, trying to figure out what they're going to do for a funeral. And, I hope he had some insurance or something, life insurance, or I don't know. I guess he was working. So sad part about it too is that a few years back, when he was younger, he had a lot of problems. He was getting in trouble. And I mean, he didn't have any guidance in life. I mean, his dad was off his rocker, had a lot of mental health problems with his schizophrenia. Their mother was in jail. She's a drug user. And the kid was really kind of going down a bad path and was getting in trouble with the law. And so my aunt took him in and just stuck by him. And, and then when his dad died, and she said, you're going to go down the same path if you don't straighten out. And he had these little kids, he was starting to have kids. And good thing is he took it to heart, and he listened to her, and he started to change his life and turn his life around. And, the last few years he was really just did a total 180, really doing well and responsible and working, and just there for his kids. And then something like this happens, and you just go, why? Why? And this kid was just getting his life back together and doing well, and then this tragedy happened. It sucks. It really sucks. Yeah. So that's the situation that's going on today. Like I said, just one of those days where you go, oh man, you get hit by one thing, and sooner get up and you get pounded down by something else. Yeah, it does. But that's life. Like I said, like I was talking with King of the Dots here. You gotta live your life every day like it were the last day. Talk to people and tell people that you love them, and because you just never know. Things can be over that fast. You get up in the morning and you don't know what awaits you when you go out there in the world. It's a rough situation. But yeah, so just one of those things where, I guess we gotta pick ourselves up and keep going. All I can really do now is just kind of, reach out to the family members who are alive, and try to be there for them. And it's all about the living now. The person who's dead, I can't do anything for that person now. It's over. you know. Um, Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate that. We love you too. And thanks for always being here. Thanks for your support and always your kind words. We appreciate that. And you know, it's more about the living now than it is the dead. You know, the dead, we can't do anything for them now, but we just have to be here for the ones who are left behind and try to be a support for them. It's tough. You know, it's tough. So, you know, I've been praying for his wife and his kids, and my aunt. She was very close to this kid. They were very close, you know, because she practically raised him. And you know, she's lost her son. Now she lost her grandson practically. You know, and it's been really rough for her. Really rough. And so keep those people in your prayers. You know, your thoughts and prayers. Doesn't matter if you don't know them. Just mention them. That's all. My cousin's name was Tyler, so and my aunt's name is Susie, so you can keep them in your prayers. Um, so yeah, um, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to fill you in on what was going on and stuff. So yeah, I've gotta put my game face on, go back to work tomorrow, and you know, pretend like I'm okay. And that's what all we can do. You know, what can you do? Time waits for nobody. And yeah, thank you, Jackie. Appreciate that. So appreciate everybody being here. Thanks for joining us at this live stream, and thank you for all of your words and desires. I appreciate that. So, like I said, just uh, stand by with the special live stream we're going to have on Sunday with Isaac Miller from Tune Up Your Mind. Please support his channel as well. Go over there and like and subscribe to his channel. Um, he's a very nice young man and has a very good slant on the organization and his process of waking up. He's only been out for a very short time, relatively. So it's refreshing also to see a younger person in their perspective on the organization and his analysis and explanations of the organization and doctrinal things and you know that process that he's going through as an XJW, waking up still. And so yeah. Yeah, Margie, I hear you. It's very hard, and I'm sorry to hear about all those losses in your family. It's very hard. 16 in 7 years. Wow, that's a lot of people. Yeah. So yeah, I had a cousin, this young boy who died. His father had schizophrenia, and he passed away a couple years ago when he was 46. Yeah. So anyway, that's about it. So thank you guys, and stay tuned to the channel. Be more stuff coming up here this weekend, and God bless all of you. And we'll be in touch. Okay. So we'll talk to you later.